Speaker, sorry.
And before we take Senator Asige's question, you have the phone now. Open the page which was downloaded and attached to the document. And the Sergeant at Arms will present it to the Secretariat desk, the clerk's desk, and Senator Chiradige can have a look at it.
Point of order, Madam Speaker.
It is your point of order.
Madam Speaker, I remember last night I was almost the last person to leave this chamber. Today I've been here since morning.
So have
And
the
the
other
questions,
senators.
let me ask my question, Madam Speaker, with all respect. And the people who are asking questions in the previous session, they are the same people asking questions. Just tell me why I'm here. Then if we can just have them to ask questions, then we can watch like others at home.
Senator Karungo Thangwa, just on a point of information, you have been in the House, and that is a legitimate expectation of the people who brought you to Senate, that you should be in Senate attending to proceedings. You have been attending the proceedings, and other senators have also been attending the proceedings of this impeachment. And I believe all senators have an equal right to seek clarifications and seek questions. So we have used the board that has been showing us the names of the prioritization. So I would urge you, when you want to clarify, you always press your button early, so that, because we use it as a guide on the speaker's side. But having said that, we will bring up more senators who have not had a chance to ask the questions, but all are equally entitled. Senator Asige,
Yes.
as the phone is making its way to the Secretariat desk.
Thank you, Speaker. If that comment by Senator Thangwa was directed at me, I have to assure him that yesterday I only spoke one time. So I'm not one of the ones who have spoken a lot yesterday. Speaker, I want to speak on behalf of the struggling politicians, because I feel like I am one, whereby if I were to be missing 100,000 shillings in my M-Pesa, I have to admit, I would definitely notice immediately. And that's where my particular question will focus. And I wanted to just engage the DG, if you would allow me. Mr. DG, could you kindly just clarify how you make M-Pesa transaction? Is it through the M-Pesa app? It's through the M-Pesa app?
Yes.
Oh, it is, okay.
It is, Madam Speaker.
Okay, great. So you are somewhat tech savvy, then that has been confirmed. I also want to just confirm the process through which you transact on M-Pesa, and maybe you'll agree or disagree at the end. Number one, Speaker, I'm aware that when you use the M-Pesa app, you have to choose the person that you're sending money to, the recipient. And the next stage is to put in the amount that you want to send. And the next stage is to put in your PIN. And then there is a pop-up that comes which asks you to confirm that those details that you have input are correct before you either cancel or accept that transaction, whereby you would have seen the recipient's name pop up on that, inaitwa hakikisho in Swahili. And then once you have, if you said accept, if you confirm that those are the right details, Speaker, you press accept, and then, as another senator has said, you'll receive a transaction confirmation with the exact same details, so that you can confirm that you have sent the correct amount to the correct person at said time. Now, with all of those different confirmation opportunities, I wanted to really clarify, because he uses the M-Pesa app, and you have to be tech savvy to use it. How did you not see those confirmation pop-ups that came through the M-Pesa app for you to confirm whether you're sending the money to the right person? Thank you.
Madam Speaker, I've already heard that, I'm sorry, that I missed those pop-ups and sent money knowing that I've sent the money to the right person. I missed those ones you have named. I do not know how you send it. Mine is getting the name and the number, and then I send. So I missed that, Madam Speaker.
Okay. Senator Joyce Korir.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. My question still hangs on the M-Pesa transfers that the witness sent 100,000 to Lucy Waito, which was sent on 28, and it was reversed on 30th. That is barely 2 days later, Madam Speaker. I wanted to know whether there was an agreement between the Deputy Governor and Lucy Waito. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker, there was no agreement between myself and Lucy Waito on anything unless clarified. That is the way I got the question. There was no agreement. The position is send the money back, and she had told me to reverse. That is the position at which we left it.
Okay. Senator Mwinyi Haji Mohamed Faki.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Mine is also on the same M-Pesa transaction. When you send the money on the, is it 28th? 28th
Yes,
of May,
28th.
did you confirm that the money had gone?
Yes, the money went.
So, but you didn't confirm to whom it went. Is that what you're telling us?
I didn't read that name and get to know that it is where I was sending the money to. That is what I'm saying, yes.
Yes. So you confirmed that the money was sent to Lucy. Was it Lucy or?
Lucy.
That same evening?
That evening, yes, the money went to Lucy.
That same evening?
Yes.
But it took her prompting for you to realize that it went to a wrong person.
Yeah, I slept without noticing that the money had gone to the wrong person. So I woke up the next day, and this is when I came to this understanding.
But it is your evidence that on the evening you sent the money, you confirmed that it went to Lucy.
No. It was erroneously sent to Lucy. That's what I'm saying.
That's all.
Senator Mbogwa Mungai George.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Mr. Deputy Governor, I'm following up on the charges of abuse of office, and I want to refer you to your affidavit, paragraph 59, A and B. You seem to suggest that your home is being used for official purposes without your permission.
Sorry?
You seem to suggest that your home is being used for official government offices without your permission. Is that true on point A, paragraph 59 of your affidavit?
That is why somebody apartments. Madam Speaker, can we go ahead with the question?
So you seem to suggest that your home is being used for official government business without your permission, because you are saying your input was not sought for. Is that true?
Madam Speaker, this is not referring to myself. I'm saying it's not my home that is used.
Okay.
My
Now
home
on
has
B,
not been used by anyone for visual functions.
okay, on B, you suggest that the governor's office is being used for official government business. Is there any government money which goes into the use of this office? Is there any money which is used for the government business which is being carried on in that office? Thank you.
Madam Speaker, that I will not be able to confirm if government money is being used. The only response here is that government business is being transacted in the governor's residence.
Senator Onyonka Richard.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Dr. Munda, I have two follow-up questions. The question that you've answered about government business taking place, could you explain what that statement means? In other words, are you trying to say that each and every government transaction since the governor took over in Kisii County has actually been conducted, including cabinet positions, including cabinet meetings, and you as the DG were holding cabinet meetings in the governor's house? And if you can, I would hope you to explain what the government says in terms of where the governor or the president, which place should they operate from. The second question I want to bring you, Dr. Munda, Madam Asigi raised a very interesting question, but I thought, and I'm not on a fishing expedition, I thought you got confused. Do you know the difference between an M-Pesa app and M-Pesa Kawaida?
Madam Speaker, I may be lost between the two.
Yeah, can you explain if you can? Lastly, this money that you sent erroneously, have you ever sent any other erroneous money to anybody at any one time? And did you get a reversal, and how do you claim that money back? Thank you.
Madam Speaker, with your permission, I may start with the M-Pesa. I'm lost between the M-Pesa app and the M-Pesa by the Senator Onyonga, what you call M-Pesa Kawaida. Madam Speaker, I may be on the Kawaida M-Pesa because I have not heard the difference between the two. I will have to refer when I leave this Senate. And so, on the matter of reversal, what did you ask?
I asked whether you have ever sent any other money other than this money to anybody else before this exercise started or even now.
Yes, Madam Speaker, I've done. M-Pesa is a continuous process by everyone of this era. And so I've sent and I've lost. Sometimes I've lost the money. And sometimes when I'm able to call and get the money sent back, I have succeeded to get the money back. This happens all the time. And I think my considered opinion is that it is for that reason that the Safaricom decided to have the two reversal and even sending back. Madam Speaker, on the first question, the Honorable Senator has asked me to explain a little. All I know, once sworn into government, we are expected to transact government business in designated areas, gazetted areas, such that the Senate will conduct business in the designated Senate, as an example, Madam Speaker, and this assembly. But in my case and the Kisii, once we came into government after being sworn in, and this was in the presence of my Super Senator Richard Onyonga, we did the swearing in.
Just to guide you, we do not have any super senator.
Okay,
They are all senators.
Madam
honorable
Speaker,
senators.
I withdraw that and replace it
Let's
with
refer
Senator
to him
Onyonga.
as Honorable Senator is the official title. Can you continue with the answer?
Yes,
Proceed on.
Madam Speaker, once we were sworn in, the previous governor's office by the former governor was of course available, but we did not occupy that space, including my space as a deputy governor, on grounds that my governor will want to do renovations to those offices before we occupy them. And therefore, we had to start operating from the holding rooms of the Kisii Stadium. And we've remained in those holding rooms in the stadium until today as I speak here. Madam Speaker, if I were to be impeached by this motion, I wouldn't have stepped into the official gazetted governor's offices in Kisii as at now. And after a short while, Madam Speaker, at the stadium, my governor, His Excellency Mbarati, decided to start conducting government meetings in his own residence in Motonto village. And this has remained the position of the Kisii County government over many years without imputing any wrong motive, Madam Speaker. We have found ourselves in a situation where even the Judicial Service Commission visited Kisii, and we were required to go to the rural home where we went and we held that meeting there, and it was painful for me having the Judicial Service Commission conducting an official meeting in a private residency. Madam Speaker, this is the scenario in brief in Kisii. The CECs will find their way to that home every day. The chief officers the same, and the directors the same. Madam Speaker, at some point as I raised this matter, I started getting excluded from attending those meetings, and without getting, and totally not getting information that there is any meeting going on anywhere where a deputy governor can also attend. That is the scenario in Kisii. I want to stop there, hoping I've answered the Honorable Senator's question, inviting this Senate to visit Kisii and see by yourselves, Madam Speaker, that that's the scenario we are in Kisii County.
Thank you. Senator Karungo.